Oh, poor me as a white man, not super marginalized group, not a minority group. Poor me, poor us. But still got some complaints, still got some things that I'd like to make better as a man. This has been part of my journey. I was a young man, but I wasn't feeling like a man. You know, out of high school, you're still like a boy. Some people get into the military and then they come out a man. They're a man. Or they start working hard jobs, grow their family. And I didn't have a family. I wasn't working construction. I'm just not into that. I work with my mind. I didn't get the family, didn't buy the house and the car and the picket fence and the dog and all this shit that makes a man a man. So I don't know if that's really what makes a man a man. In a lot of cultures, Aboriginal cultures and whatnot, they have an initiation process from boyhood into manhood. Those boys go through that process and then they know, I was a boy, I went through that, now I'm a man. In the Western cultures, we don't really have that. Military, fraternities, sports teams, those aren't the most healthy ways of becoming a man. They're not the most healthy forms of masculinity. You're thinking about toxic masculinity, often thinking about hardcore military dudes, sports people, pump steel. More healthy masculine types are probably more sensitive, and that's more healthy masculine. But they're also pussies, dude. Whatever, be a pussy if you want to be, or be a tough guy, no emotions, everything's just anger. But I'm trying to find a more healthy masculine than being a pussy or being a prick. I lean to being a prick sometimes because I'd rather be a prick than be a little bitch all the time. Let people walk on you, man. Like, that's not man shit. Letting people walk on you, not standing up for yourself is not a mature thing. So starting this journey as a boy into manhood, from high school into adulthood, and not feeling like I had that initiation process. That's what happens in those more like Aboriginal or ancient cultures. They actually have, like, dude, you were a boy, and then like 11 or 12, they throw you through this violent initiation process, or you have to like forage for and hunt for days and survive in the jungle. And there's crazy stuff that goes on in the world. I'm not saying that any of that is good necessarily. I'm just saying that they have a ritual initiation from boyhood into manhood. And that once those boys go through that ritual initiation, they feel like a man. And there is no more real connection to that boy anymore. But here we are in America or in the West, and we've got this toxic version of masculinity. There's no real way of moving from boyhood to manhood, so we just stay immature. We become men physically, but we remain boys mentally, emotionally. We can't process shit. There's no initiation from boyhood into manhood. And those initiations that we do have, like I said, the military, the sports teams, are probably just as unhealthy as getting thrown into the fucking jungle and having to fend for yourself for a week or two. You're not going to be a man just because you went into the military, just because you're a part of the sports team. You're not guaranteed that you're going to be healthy, man. Because that's about as close as we've got to these older tribes' initiation processes and their rituals. We have sports. We have military. Not hating on all y'all. Y'all are fine, I'm sure. But goddamn, there's some toxicity up in that bitch. But also, you don't want to be a little nerd sitting in your basement. That's not going to make you a man either, dude. There's no answer necessarily. It's just differences. And boys are moving into manhood without feeling like they're men. And then when their manhood is questioned or they're feeling insecure, do things to prove, no, I'm a man. Pop, 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 bitch. What? You want to fucking fight? That's not man that's man shit, right? But maybe if those men actually had an initiation from boyhood into manhood, they wouldn't feel the need to flex their masculinity in a negative and destructive way.